Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm playing and reviewing Micro Hero Hercules. A disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So Micro Hero Hercules is a solo game, a bit of a deck builder, a bit of a tactical combat game, a bit of a campaign game. I'll show you 2 fights in this one out of a possible 12. Hercules' 12 labors are kind of the backdrop of what you're doing in this one. It can also be played as a 2-player co-op if you get a second copy of the game, but I only got 1, so I won't be showing you that. And the game does come with a bunch of little modifier expansions. I'll talk through what I think of those at the end of the video, but I'm going to show you just the basic way of playing here. I'm also not playing on the harder difficulty settings, although they can make things very nasty, but I will explain how they work at the end as well. All right, so what is happening is I'm going to take one of the trial cards. There are 12 of these. In this case, the Stymphalian birds. This is a labor I don't remember too well, even though I teach Greek mythology. I don't know all the labors by heart. But this one has little icons up here and down here. These are icons we can get if we gain this blessing to our deck. But at the beginning of the game, we don't have any chance to get blessings because this is just what we're going to be battling against. So it's got some stats. It's got its attack value here starting at 4, its health here starting at 11, and its defense here 6. And it's also got a power. The trial gains +1 hit points each turn during the upkeep phase. So they're just going to keep on making more birdies and making my life more difficult. Okay, and I'm starting out as Hercules on my supercharge side here. This is my stance card. I can also flip to its reigning cards. You'll see how that works in a second. But I have to build my initial deck. And this is not a deck builder with a lot of cards with a lot of effects. Everything's pretty basic. You've got experience cards, defense cards, and attack cards. Those are the only things that'll ever be in your deck besides the labor cards themselves. And I have to build a deck of 10 cards. I want to have consistent defense, so I'm not getting wounds. I'm going to get 4 of those, and let's do 3 of experience and 3 of attack. The rest of these will form the reserve that I can buy cards from later with experience. I also have 3 heavy wound cards in the reserve that can gum up my deck if the birds hurt me. I'm going to shuffle my 10 cards, and this is importantly one of the only times you shuffle in the game because this is like Aeon's End, a game where you are just flipping your discard pile face up into a new deck whenever you run out of cards. So it's a nice little way, we'll call that shuffled. It's a nice way to keep the play flowing smoothly. All right, so we're going to get the stat cards for the birds. And they are right here, and we just lock them in because some enemies have changing defense. The birds are going to be gaining health every turn. All right, we are ready to go. Actually, here, let's try to organize things a little bit more. All right, so let's go through the phases of the first round and kind of teach you the game as we go. So draw phase, we're going to draw 5 cards, and we got a bit of everything. That's nice. Oh, whoops, they only have 4 attack to start. There we go. So now I have the planning phase, so I get to play out my cards. Defense is going to cancel their attack, as you would imagine. Attack is going to try to break through their defense, and experience is going to help me level up my cards. All pretty basic stuff. But here's kind of the core idea of the game. The first card you play is going to get basically played again, and its icons counted again for each card underneath it. So here there's 5 cards, right? So this experience card would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 experience. This defense would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4. This attack would be worth 1, 2, 3. This defense 1, 2, and this attack 1. So basically, you're just kind of multiplying the cards by their position from the bottom. I don't know. There's a few different ways to think of it, but it's just a little bit of math. And what's going to be checked is experience is going to let me do stuff in multiples of 4 generally. When you get to blessings later, you might want 8, but 4 experience gives you kind of the power to do stuff. For defense, I want to add up to at least their current attack. Anything beyond that is wasted, so here 4. And for attack, I'm trying to get multiples of their defense. So 6 damage would hurt them once, 12 damage would hurt them twice, 18 would hurt them 3 times. You get the basic idea. So for this one, I guess I want my defense to be like in the 3 and 1 position. I don't really have anything I can do with my experience yet. I mean, I'll explain what I could pay for. So what would that give me? That would get me 9 attack, which actually isn't enough to hurt them more than once either. Now, I could use my stance card. So this supercharged side of the stance has this tapping ability. Tap the next technique or blessing you play this turn to apply its effect twice. During the upkeep phase, exhaust it. So if I use that, I would get 2 attack for this card multiplied, so it'd be 10 attack total. I could get 2 wounds on the guys, but exhausting it means it's taken out of my deck. It goes back to that reserve area, and I would have to get it again. But if I don't use my stance, it's going to flip over to its other side, which is something you really want to do a lot in this game. So yeah, for now, whatever. This is fine, I guess. So first, I can spend my 1-2 experience. I need multiples of 4. What can I do with my 4 experience? I could take a card from the reserve and put it in my discard pile. That would cost me 4 experience. I could take the card in my discard pile if it's not upgraded and rotate it 180 degrees to its upgraded size, doubling its power. That would cost me 4 experience. Or I could take an upgraded card and put it on top of my deck to draw in the next turn. That would also cost 4 experience. But right now I have 2 experience, so I can't do any of those things. By the way, if you want to know where that number comes from, you see these 4 stars in the middle. That shows that it's 4 experience for all those costs. And hey, if you look over here at the birds, the blessing card, that's 8 stars. But yeah, I'm not doing any of that right now. So that's that. Then we do the attack phase. I've got 5 plus 4, 9 attack, just enough to hurt them once, which, if you paid attention when I said what their power was, is not going to matter at all, because they're going to heal in a second. Then I get my defense phase. I'm getting 3 plus 1, 4 defense, which is how much they have, but after every time they attack, they permanently increase their attack by 1. Uh-oh. And if I had not defended well, I would have put a wound card at the top of my discard pile, which is a basically wasted card, gums up your deck. If you would get the 3rd wound card in your discard, then you die, and your journey is over. Okay, now I go to the upkeep phase. The cards are discarded in the order I played them. That is important, because that's now the top card of my discard pile, so I might have wanted to play them in a different order just to give me something different to upgrade, like my attack or my experience. And actually, now that I mention that, let's say that I did that, because I would rather get experience early to boost up all my cards. Okay, they heal 1 during the upkeep phase. Well, not heal, because they can go above their starting health, but they're back to 11. And finally, Hercules, at the end of the turn, if I tapped my stance card, I untap it. If I didn't tap it, I flip it over. And this side, let's look at it. It's raining cards. So I can, on my turn, draw 1 card, then untap and flip the stance card, so I'll be able to use my little card doubling effect again. And drawing 1 card is better than you think, because that'll get you 6 cards, which means your topmost card will be multiplied by 6, and then your next card by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it gets you better multipliers for a lot of stuff. But then the end of turn effect says reveal the top card of your deck, upgrade it, and place it back on top of your deck. So it is a free upgrade for your next turn. Pretty awesome too. So generally speaking, you want to be on this side as much as you can. All right, that is 1 round. Let's see what we got. Okay, we still got some good defense, maybe too much defense. We got some experience. The attack really doesn't matter. All right, so let's see what we want to do. I want to block his 5 attack. I want to get enough experience to level up that card there. Maybe even enough to put it, well, I don't know if I need to do that. So I guess just 4 experience is enough. So these can be near the bottom. I mean, the attack really doesn't matter, but I also might want to be able to upgrade it later. And then, I mean, sure, that's fine. Whatever, it works. All right, so experience first. I've got 3 plus 2 is 5, so I'm going to upgrade that for the future. Thank you very much. Okay, then my attack, 1 versus 6 is not enough, and then their attack, 5 versus 9 is not enough to hurt me, but they're up to 6 attack now. Okay, and then I might be wrong about this, but I think that when I have to reveal the top card of my deck, it's kind of like drawing a card, so I would just put my deck back to where it was, and I'm going to upgrade that attack from my It's Raining Cards ability, and they go to 12 life. Uh-oh. All right, and you've kind of seen how everything works, so let's just go with it. All right, this feels like a draw a card and get bigger multipliers kind of turn, okay? Because I want to put, so that immediately gives me that, this at the top, and then that. And then, let's see, I only need, so that's 3, 2, 1. That's enough defense. Nice. Now, I could, and this is something I want to consider, this is something you want to do often, is get a 2 attack at the top, get the 6 cards with its raining cards, and then double the 2 attack, because that turns it into a 24, 2 times 6 doubled, which would do 4 damage all by itself. Do I want to do that yet? I don't think I need to, because that then puts you in kind of an off turn where you don't have the ability to use this, because right now it has not been tapped, so I will go right back to its raining cards. You can draw an extra card, get it right back. Draw an extra card, get it right back repeatedly. So let's just do my regular damage here. So, but experience, I'm getting 8, but I have no discard pile. I do see that I'm going to have some defenses at the end, but just to help me out a little bit, I'm going to get my extra defense card, and for 4, I'm going to put it in my discard pile, and then for another 4, because this is 2, 4, 6, 8, I'm going to upgrade it. So it'll just be like a nice thing waiting for me when I reshuffle my deck. All right, then my damage on him, I've got 12 plus 5, 17. Just enough to do 2 damage. Maybe I should have just done the... Yeah, you know what? Never mind. Let's do it. And in fact, instead of buying a defense and upgrading it, let me buy an attack and upgrade it, because I am going to get rid of this attack, so I'll be kind of lower in attack in my deck in general. So that is doing 24 plus 5, which is 29. Well, I guess the 5 doesn't really matter there, does it? But it does mean that I am doing 4 damage to them, so they are down to 8. That's something. This is clearly, by the way, a tankier boss than normal, so it's kind of weird to see it for the first one. And then I'm blocking 6 damage. They go up to 7. That's gone to the reserve, but the rest of these go right here. Hey, I just replaced the card with another one. He just untaps instead of flipping, and they regain a life. Oh, wow, that was fast. I'm already back to that same card, I think. Uh-oh. I can't defend enough this time. Unless I double the thing. Yeah, I don't want to take a wound, so I'm going to go ahead and double my defense. That'll get me to 8. And then I'm doing 10, I guess, 11, 12. That'll do 2 damage. There we go. All right, so that gets me to 3 plus 1, 4 experience. Let's put a defense back to replace the one I'm taking or getting rid of. 10 plus 12 attack does 2 damage to them, staying slightly ahead of their healing. And then 8 defense, 4 doubled, is enough to stop their attack. They heal 1. I lose this, but I have that. And I still have not gotten my raining cards thing back. It's weird to have my deck so small because I've been playing the game a lot and I was in the middle of a campaign and had, as you can imagine, like tons of the labor cards, and the deck gets quite a bit larger. Okay, so I got a block 8 this turn. The attack doesn't matter at all. I've got a lot of experience to level up, I guess, just this experience or add another card to my deck. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to hurt them this turn. What do I need? 8 block? So that'd be like 4, 3, 1. And I can put the attack there because who cares, and get the experience maxed. Sure, that seems good. All right, so what do I want to do? I'm going to, for my 10 experience, I'll add an attack and make it a double. So that'll be 8 experience. Then I'm attacking for 2, not enough. And then I'm blocking for 4, 7, 8, just enough. But now they're up to 9, and they go to 9 life. But I am back to my powered form. All right, and let's go ahead and draw a card. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, I can't kill them yet, can I? Let's see, if I did that, that'd be 24 with the double, 34. That'd be 4 more, 38. That'd be 6 damage. No, they'd have 3 life left. Okay. I guess I'll just tank a wound. And I'm still going to do this to blast them as much as I can. Where'd the rest of my defense cards go? Oh, that's right. I guess they're all on the other side of my deck. So this is where like I might want to add something. So yeah, I'm getting 5 experience. Let's add a defense here just to like go behind these to give me a little bit more defense. Okay, then I'm attacking for 24, 34, 38, so 6 damage. So one more big hit should do it. But then they are hitting me for 9 versus 1. I'm definitely going to add a wound in here. Sadness. And they go up to 4 life. And 10 attack, right? All right, so if I can survive one more turn, I should be able to destroy them. And yeah, I mean, I've got some good defense here. What do I need? 10. So 5 and 3 and 2 would do it. That can go there. So it's getting me 8 experience. Let's go ahead and level up that and add an attack back in. And then I block them, but they go up to 11. I didn't hurt them at all, of course, and they go to 5 life. And let's see if we can finish the job here. I think we can. There's my wound, but there's my attacks. And yeah, definitely going to draw another card. Okay, and doubled attack plus that. What is that? That's 29. Is that enough? Oh, it's not enough. I'm going to be short one? I mean, I really don't want to take another wound. No, so it goes. By the way, wounds just stay in your deck. You can get rid of them in between labors. If you level up a wound, which also costs 4 experience, then it becomes a heavy wound plus. And then when you discard it again from your hand in like a future draw, it exhausts itself, which is something you want to strive for. But here, I don't think I'm going to have time because hopefully they'll be dead. So I'm tapping that thing. And I'm doing, well, I don't know, what am I doing? Might as well put the wound at the bottom, I guess. Might as well put the experience cards higher. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm doing 24 damage, which gets them down to 1, although they're about to heal back up. I've got 9 experience. I guess I'll add an attack and double it just to make sure I have that ready to go. Okay, and they are whooping me, giving me another wound and going up to 12 attack. And they go to 2 life, and let's see if we can survive one more turn. Oh, that's right, I've got my doubled block, so we should be fine. Oh, and I can actually, I can try to maybe get rid of the wound. Okay, so that's going to give me 10, so I only need 2 more. So, sure, whatever. I couldn't finish them off even if I doubled the attack, so I'll just let things be as they are. All right, so I'm getting 8 experience, so let's level up the heavy wound, and I don't know, add another experience to my deck, because I actually don't have that many. Okay, then I attack for nothing. They attack me for 12, but I've got 13 defense. And then they heal up, and I go to my powered side, and this should be it, I think. Yeah, because I got my double guy, and that's my new wound, sadly. So let's draw, and that's not my my other wound. But yeah, I mean, this is enough. So that's going to do 12 plus that is 17. So I do need to double it, don't I? I wasn't sure if I could get away with not doing it. So, okay, I'll double that. It'll go away. We don't have to do the rest of the stuff because leveling up wouldn't really matter or anything. And we don't have to take their attack because they immediately lose. So this goes to our reserve. We can now recruit it as an 8 experience card and then level it up for 8 experience as well. And it's a wild resource. We pick which one we want it to be, or one of everything. Pretty awesome. And then we're going to reset, but we keep our deck as it is. But we get to do 2 nice things. Well, first of all, every card levels down. Then we get to take 2 preparation actions. We can remove cards from our deck. We can gain basic cards from the reserves, the technique cards, not the blessings. We can also trash wounds from our deck, so I'm certainly going to do that for both of mine here. And finally, if you had any left, which sadly I don't, you can level up some cards for the beginning of the next fight. But I'm going to shuffle these all up, and I'll do one more battle before I do the review and talk about the expansion things. All right, we've got the Mares of Diomedes. So they have 5 attack, 15 life, only 4 defense. But look at their annoying ability. When you cause the Tra to lose at least 1 hit point, draw 1 fewer card at the beginning of your next turn. Definitely a good time to have its reigning cards to help me out. Their attack's still going to go up. That's how every boss works. But their health will not go up. They're not healing like the birds, and their defense is way lower. So that's all pretty nice. All right, so let's jump right in. So they've only got 5 attack to start. Well, only. And I've got 2 attack cards. And I don't really want to hurt them yet. So let's do 5 and 3 experience. That'll get me enough to grab the blessing. And then I've got 4 and 2 defense. Well, actually, I'd rather level up defenses first. We can get to the attacking later. Okay, so I've got 5 plus 3, 8 experience, which means I can add this as the top card of my discard. Yay! Then I'm attacking them for 2, not enough to hurt them, which means they don't take away my card draw. And they're attacking me for 5, but I've got 4 plus 1, 5, so I block it. And we go up to our other side. And all right, what have we got now? Ton of defense and experience. Well, that's odd. So that's fine. We should probably add some more attack cards, though. So I want to get maybe 2 level ups again. So let's do like that. I think that should work out fine, right? Gets me 5 plus 3 is 8 experience. And then 4, 6, 7 defense. Yeah, totally fine. And I guess I'll upgrade this defense and then add an attack here. I can upgrade that later, or I could just add the attack and upgrade it immediately. Although there's no attacks around here, I kind of want to have them like all be together. So we'll call that fine. And then we didn't attack them. We block their attack. But since we didn't draw an extra card, we are auto upgrading the top card of our deck, which is an attack. That'll be nice. All right, what have we got now? We've got our Symphalian birds. We got a lot of attack now, so we should probably actually hurt them. So if I'm going to do that, do I want to draw an extra card? Sure, I do. I'm not going to do the doubling thing yet. Okay, another experience, which I can't really use for anything. And I don't want to get hurt, so let's do double attack and regular attack. And then that'd be 4 defense, 7 defense. Oh, that's not enough to do anything, is it? Well, do I need that extra attack? That'd be 12 plus 5 is 17. That would be enough to do 4 damage. Yeah, so who cares if I have the experience? That's fine. Although, honestly, the experience card is not what I want at the top of my discard pile, but so it goes. Okay, so I'm not doing any experience because I only have 3. Then I'm attacking for 12 plus 5, 17. So they're down 4 life. Man, so much easier to defeat these people than the birds. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to say a very important rule. Each trial gets plus 1 health for every previously defeated trial. So they actually started at 16, and I got them down to 12. Okay, and then I'm blocking for 4 plus 3, just enough, but they go up to 8. And we flip back to our drawing side, but we only draw 4 cards because we hurt them, which is a little ugly. Oh, man. You know what? Honestly, I'm fine with this. I'll just block for 8, put the experience there so I don't hurt them because I want to draw 0 cards again, and I'll get the free upgrade from this. So not enough experience. 8 block, not enough damage to get through, only 3, and I get a free, another defense upgrade, okay. So now I do draw 5 again, okay, and I got a ton of defense plus a big attack. Well, this seems like another good turn to go ahead and draw an extra card, even more attack, okay. Let's do this again, right? Boom, boom, and then I want some defense. I actually don't probably need that much, do I? So I can get an upgrade here. Then defense, defense, defense. So I'm getting 4 experience. Do I care? Do I want to do anything with that? Well, sure. Let's get an attack card in here. I don't know. Okay, then I'm attacking for 12 plus 5, 17 again. So they are down to 8. Which means if I can get like a really big doubled attack, I should be able to finish them off. And then I'm blocking for 6, 8, 9. Just enough. They go up to 10. All right, I flip back over, but I only have 4 cards. See if I can tank well enough that way. Ooh, maybe not. All right, so I think I will draw an extra card just to not get hurt. That's a lot better. So let's do that and that. And then I would love... Oh, it doesn't matter. I was going to say I'd love to get my blessing at the front of the deck to upgrade it, but I don't have enough cards left. I'm going to have to reshuffle anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And in fact, I guess I'd rather have this be closer to the top to draw it sooner. Well, I could... Hold on. Might as well do this, right? Is that enough blocking? That's 10, 14 block... Oh, wait. That's already 10. I don't need to worry about the rest. So I could actually... get how much experience if I even move this down 1. So if that's an experience, it'd be 4, 7, 9. Okay, so enough to flip that and put on top of the deck to draw later in case I don't have enough defense. Okay, so I have enough defense. I'm not hurting them. And I go back to my powered side. Oh, and they're at 11 attack now. And this should be... Oh, I didn't have any doubled attacks? I thought I had a doubled attack. Where is that? Maybe I need to draw a card. There it is. Okay, let's see if we can kill him. So a doubled double, and then all attacks all the time. Is that enough? 24, 29, 33, 36 divided by 4 is 9 damage. Yep, that takes him, although we do lose this card. But we did great there. We kept the blessing in our decks. We don't have to buy it next time, although, again, everything gets demoted. This card would go into our reserve to buy in the future, and very nice, powerful card there. And then because we don't have to get rid of any wounds, I could upgrade 2 technique cards going into the next fight. You can't do blessings. I honestly think upgrading like 2 of my experience cards to really easily get the blessings and upgrade them would probably be the best way to go. And then, yeah, we'd take on the next labor. It'd have plus 2 health. Next one would have plus 3. You get the idea. Let's see who it would be. The Erymanthian Boar. Each unspent experience point increases a trial's attack value by that amount until the end of the turn. So you have to be really careful to have the right experience values and use them correctly. And he has a ton of life also. But honestly, he's one of the easier ones if you can just manage your numbers right. But let's talk about some of the optional stuff and then just kind of give my impressions on the game overall. So first of all, the difficulty modifiers. Whoo, are they nasty? So what happens is, at the second difficulty, when you defeat one of the labors, it does not go into your reserve. It stays around just for its negative power for the next one. So if I fought the Erymanthian Boar, I would have to deal with this whole experience thing, but I would also draw 1 less card whenever I hurt them. And then this would finally go into my reserve after it had boosted the next one. But now the boar would be boosting the Aegean Stables. And then that would go into my reserve, so you have to wait longer to get the blessings to buy them, and you're getting combos of powers to deal with. And then the highest difficulty setting makes them stick around for 2 rounds. So you really don't get blessings for a while, and then you got to deal with a billion effects. So I have not been brave enough to try this. The highest difficulty setting, the second one is already tough enough. But that's how the difficulty modifiers work. Definitely nasty. And then for the modular little mini expansions, the first one adds in more wounds. And this one is super nasty because it gives you 3 flesh wounds, and you get them before you get the heavy wounds. And they get exhausted when they get discarded and go back on top of the pile to give you more flesh wounds to earn. So really nice, right? And then only when you've taken all 3 of those, you take the heavy wounds. We've taken all 3 of those, you take the deep wounds, which when you draw this, adds another wound to your discard pile, so you're kind of bleeding to death. So it might not seem that bad, actually seems pretty nice, but with this mod, you take 1 wound for every point their attack exceeded your defense. So you know those rounds where I was like, whatever, I'll just defend 1, they're gonna hurt me anyway. I would take 8 wounds if they were like attacking me for 9 and probably die immediately. So yeah. You don't really want to play this one by yourself. You want to play it with the Athena's Shield mod. This one I love. I even think this is a good one, and they recommend this in the rulebook. This is a good one when you're playing on the higher difficulty settings, even if you're not using that mod. Because what this does is it saves your block. It saves your block. So let's say that they attack you for 3 one turn, but you blocked for like 12. Boop, you've got 9 blocks saved up for a future round. So it's great to kind of give you a reason to get extra defense even when you don't need it. And if you're going to play with this mod, it helps you avoid the crazy things that can happen. And it also kind of mitigates the luck when you draw badly for your defense. So I love this one. I usually play with it. Then there's the mini expansion that I never play with, Hera's Revenge. After each planning phase, after you put out your cards, you flip one of these cards, and it might force you to tap your stance card, and it might get rid of the last card you played, weakening all the cards you played and totally messing up your math. I think this is dumb. I don't know why anyone would ever want to play with this, but hey, it's in the game. Then there's the Calm and Wrath mini expansion. You can pick one of these to sub in for your boss's health, and when they're at certain values, they gain bonuses to their attack or their defense. So it kind of gives you like a strategic reason to avoid certain health values to try to get them to like specific things that are safer. I don't know. I don't like this one much either. Honestly, I skip both of them. But the last one, probably the coolest, is a new character to play as with their own stance card, which drastically changes how things work. You kind of saw what Hercules' basic thing is. He gets to the card thing, he draws the 6 cards, he doubles a double attack, he does a lot of damage. It's kind of repetitive, if I'm going to be honest. Whereas Omphale is super different and kind of awesome. When you tap her, you put the top card of your discard pile under her. Then when you tap her on the other side, you take all of the cards under her and add them to your hand. So if you're patient, you can build to a turn where you're playing like 10 cards, which means the multiplier for your top card is 10, then 9, then 8. So this is definitely a different feel than Hercules, and probably the best expansion in the game, because just a single card change changes your main strategy quite a lot. But let's get to it. Micro Hero Hercules. What do I think? I think it's pretty fun. Not amazing, not blow me away. The cards, I expected when I heard like little adventure combat deck builder, I expected the cards to be more exciting. They aren't. They are just the 3 basic resources with some bonus cards that have more of the basic resources. Look, there's a single card with text, Golden Apples. Copy the effect of the previous card. If it's upgraded, copy the effect of the card before and after, which is a really cool effect, but it's literally the only text-based like special card in the game. So this is not Slay the Spire. This is not any of those like intricate combo-based deck builders you might play. It's really simple. And it's all about the math. If you like the math, and if you can quickly kind of figure 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, you're going to have an easy time. But I could see kind of the mathiness of this and trying to find the exact numbers and how much am I getting. I could see this really annoying to people. I can honestly see this working better as like an app-based game where it just does this for you. I mean, I don't have a problem. I don't mind basic arithmetic, but I think some people will find this not that exciting or thematic. It also can be a little bit of a slog to fight, especially against some of the bosses. So even though it's a fairly quick game, I found that I could only really take 1 or 2 labors in a sitting, but I will say the game is so quick to set up, you can play it basically anywhere, and it's very easy to save after you fight a labor, just put your deck away and then be ready to go with the next labor next time, that I got through all the labors I was playing over the course of several days, and that worked really well. But I do think the gameplay and the strategy gets a little repetitive, again, like how Hercules kind of does his stuff, you're almost always going to do it the same way, that I don't think it would be fun to try to play through like all 12 labors in one sitting. It would also take a bunch of hours. And yeah, like I said, the strategy is not drastically different. You really have to be into trying to match what the enemies are giving you, trying to math out your stuff correctly. And I do think the way that the upgrading and the discard pile work is pretty unique, because you can't just upgrade any card in your hand or in your discard pile. You have to do specifically the one on top. So it does have a bit of that Aeon's End thing where you're trying to like make sure cards are in certain places and make sure you're discarding them in the right spot so you don't get all your defense at the wrong time and all your attack at the wrong time. So I like all of that quite a bit. And some of the mini expansions are awesome. I love the extra character, the shield is really cool, and the difficulty modifiers work great. So it is a lot of game for a very small, affordable package. Is it going to be your top deck builder of the year? It's definitely not mine, and I don't think it'll be most people's, but I think it does have a lot of tactical yumminess in a tiny package, and that's certainly worthwhile. So thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. Willie MF, Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.